Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victa Repentance series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. Hope your Tuesday is going great. Still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes. On our way to TM Trainer Month. Thank you all very much for all the support over the weekend. We have a couple videos that are trailing behind, but they are catching up very quickly, and I do appreciate it. Here's your, again, more Mosh Pets of the day, sent in this time around by Zombie Moose. Out there was me and Vegeta during our nightly tradition. I love that the cat's name is Vegeta. That's cool. That's I'm trying to figure out what episode that is because that's a very early, very early Jello. So I don't know if that's a recent episode or not. I guess maybe it was the rock bottom one. I'm trying to look at Eden's face. But either way, thank you very much, Zombie Moose, and everyone who upvoted that one. Remember, submit your own memes of the day on the Sinvicta subreddit /r/Sinvicta, and I'll take a look at them. Seed Day. Oh man, Seed Day is gonna be 7 Hotel Delta Sierra Delta Golf Whiskey Alpha. We're starting off with Mom's Knife and a Curse of the XL floor, and once again, Box of Spiders. So, okay. Mom's Knife, of course, is it's an item. I don't mind it. I like Mom's Knife, especially if we need the damage. But you know, much like it's inevitable. You talk about Mom's Knife, you talk about people who don't like Mom's Knife. Same thing goes for Binge Eater, etc., etc. Obviously, there are limited potentials for synergies, but it's just such a powerful item that you don't really even need synergies that much. So it's definitely not the flashiest of items that you can find. There are certain synergies that it actually really shines with, especially C-section. That's what comes to mind. A lot of people talk about, you know, Bomb Stone or Brim Knife or whatever you want to call it, and that is also a combination that is quite effective at killing things from afar. I do think that I would much prefer to have just regular Brimstone or regular Mom's Knife than the combination of the two, but that's just kind of like a stylistic personal choice of mine. They don't really make either one of them worse or better, in my opinion. I think that it just changes the effect to a very great degree. And by great, I mean like in magnitude. I don't mean like great as in like this is the greatest thing on earth. So you know, there are some reasons to not take Mom's Knife. In fact, we actually had a run over the weekend where it was Curse the Blind, and it was a horrible start. I mean, just god awful start. And I ended up finding Eye of Belial, and I was super stoked about that. But it was Curse the Blind, so I was like, okay, well I'll just take the other one because I actually had a bunch of HP, but I just had horrible stats. And then I got Mom's Knife, and that actively ruined the Curse of the Blind effect for me, or the not Curse of the Blind effect, but the Eye of Belial effect. Wow, ourselves good in here. Actually, you know what? I've been starting to come around here on Kidney Bean. Having the 1 room cooldown of AOE Charm is actually quite nice. Go back and find that Tinted Rock that I saw over here. That. Okay, just wanted a Soul Heart game, but you know, off. But yeah, it actively ruined the Eye of Belial effect, and I think that honestly, like, it made it worse. Like, I was trying to explain to people, like, I went into the console and removed Mom's Knife and showed people the difference of what I was talking about on stream. I was like, hey, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, we would be in such a better, more dominant position without Mom's Knife than with it, with Eye of Belial. But obviously with this run, it doesn't matter because we don't have Eye of Belial. And they just they don't interact with each other. You'll see a lot of that with Mom's Knife here. Hey. So because we have a golden bomb, which I don't even remember where I picked that up from. I think it may have been from the chest in the Mega Troll Bomb room. We're gonna go back and look for the secret room real quick, as there's no reason not to find it. I think it's here. Which means we can get into the curse room for free as well. Back up. Let's reset the spikes here. Let's do a little twirly bird. But our starting stats are not fantastic. 2.38 tiers. It's pretty low, but it doesn't really matter that much for Mom's Knife. Our movement speed is okay. It's not the greatest, but not the worst. Okay. And the real big problem with this run is definitely going to be our damage from a raw damage standpoint. Now, that's not to say that we're not doing a lot of damage, because obviously Mom's Knife, but we would like to have a little bit more. The more damage is always going to be the better. Drop a bomb here so we can get a bomb for free, essentially. go absolutely wreck shop on these early floor bosses with Mom's Knife. You don't even need to use Kidney Bean. Yeah, I've been coming around to the idea of using Kidney Bean more and more often. The charm effect is really, really strong, especially if you're getting surrounded by like Mullibooms or if you're getting surrounded by like Globins or something like that. And it can be really used to neuter any bosses that basically do spawn extra enemies. You know what? I'm not going to take a devil deal. We've got Mom's Knife. Let's go for some angel deals. Why not? Curse the Maze. The Book of Shadows would definitely be something that I would want. I'm going to take How to Jump. That being said, though, I'm not going to stick with Kidney Bean if we get something better. Like I like Kidney Bean, but I don't like it that much. Come on, Isaac. You can... No. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to go this way then. Actually, no, we can't, because if I run into the lock, it's going to use the key. Yeah. Okay, you know what? My patience is out. I have no more patience for this. Book of Revelations we'll come back and probably use for the Soul Heart. You see that we get some mapping here thanks to the Book of Secrets. I'm definitely down for the Book of Secrets just to kind of carry us away through here. I was going to get Curse of Losted. The Book of Shadows definitely would have been nice because obviously Mom's Knife, we can go do the melee damage. We can go get up close and personal with the damage shield and all kinds of good stuff. All kinds of fun stuff. Secret Room should be here, so again, it's going to be another curse room that we can get into for free. Looking for an angel deal. It's a 68%, which is higher than usual for floor 3, but that is due to the fact that we did have an XL floor, obviously, on floor 1 and 2. Hoping for a full charge or something there as we can get multiple Book of Revelation procs. Okay. Some of you might be thinking, hang on a second now, how come you ain't using the Book of Revelations now? Well, Cletus, it's because I don't necessarily want to get a horseman here from the boss. Not that another orbital or an orbital wouldn't be too bad, especially with us being such close range with Mom's Knife and stuff. I'd rather have stats, rather have movement speed, rather have damage, and if we use the Book of Revelations before fighting the boss on any given odd floor, we essentially will always get a horseman. Or the it's either going to be war, it's going to be famine, pestilence, sometimes death, but that's usually only in the womb. So that is the reason why I don't necessarily want to use Book of Revelations now, but we will go back. Ooh, ourselves a free HP upgrade here. All right, so we have a 73% here for this deal with the angels. I mean, technically speaking, they're not angel deals. They're just angel items. Okay, Blood Clot. And, yeah. Take the Rosary. I have a bomb, so I can't activate the statue. Then we'll go all the way back for the Book of Revelations. Is this worth the time? Probably not, but, I mean, we're so far ahead of the timer right now because of the XL floor and due to the fact that we just have Mom's Knife that it's not that big of a deal. This would have been a room that would have been fantastic for a Kidney Bean. But honestly, I think I'm going to stick with the Book of Secrets just so we have a little bit of mapping. You all know that your boy loves him some mapping, and Book of Secrets definitely does that. Does it give any other tangible benefits beside that? No. No, not really. I just like having mapping. When you're cursed with such horrible navigation in this game, anything that you can do to relieve that is refreshing. And not having to worry about going into the wrong direction. But get ready for that Curse of Lost. You know it's coming. It is inevitable. If it ain't Sinvicta Navigation that's going to get you, it's Sinvicta Luck. 9 times out of 10. I'd say 10 times out of 10. Curse the Blind. We do have a sack room over here. I mean, this is the damage that we've got just with like doo-doo damage. Like 2.68 damage is quite bad. We get Bird's Eye, which is going to give us a fire shot, which yes does proc whenever we do have even with us having Mom's Knife. Let's see if there's a bomb in here. It's 2 keys. Okay. EJs. Wish I would have been able to see that because I definitely would have gone and played the sack room beforehand because there's a lot of soul hearts we just wasted. Yeah, you're seeing there that that one little tap on the Dark Diglett here was not enough to kill it, and I started moving preemptively because I thought it was going to die, but then realized that nope, damage is not there yet. So you know, damage is still relevant on Mom's Knife. Hoping that we get something here from this boss. Oh yeah, even that little melee damage there from the knife on that red fly. Oh, there's a gap there. Didn't see that gap there. There's a nice little camouflage right here, game. Not gonna use Book of Secrets. We're already pretty much done with this floor. Unfortunate we got Curse of Blinded, but what can you do? Oh, okay. Obviously, our movement speed is still not great. In fact, we haven't gotten a single stat up other than Tears, which is the one stat that I actually don't care about with Mom's Knife. The game knows this. So why not have some range? Curse of Darkness. One day we'll have a non-cursed floor. Today is not that day, but maybe one day. Curse the XL, Curse the Maze, Curse the Blind, and now Curse of Darkness. Not that Curse of Darkness is that bad, but it's still kind of annoying. With the amount of HP we have, we can at least go check to see what's inside of our curse room here. We get 3 bombs and a nickel. Essentially 20 cents worth. We also have Swallowed Penny, by the way, which is... We're getting some extra money. There we go. Now we're talking, baby. Lord of the Pit and also Black Powder, which is going to be a huge help for us. The movement speed department. And, of course, Black Powder. People have been realizing that Black Powder is just incredibly good. Insanely good. And look at that. Like, it's... It requires absolutely zero firing input. You just move, and it just creates just a huge area of damage that you can stack on itself, and just and it hits everything on the ground. It's everything on the in the air, and it's just good. Like, it is just good. See me use it in greed mode. It's a great effect. Blood bombs here, which is it's nice to have the bombs if we need it. Would have definitely been useful in that Pyromaniac run, but... Your room? Yeah. The double knife action there for you. Be super lazy. Don't do this. Those 4 troll bombs. So now if we can just secure some damage, more movement speed, I'll be happy. Maybe a damage shield. Sigil of Baphomet would be nice. We get an Emperor card. As you can see, we're going to absolutely smoke the boss rush. The next floor. That's not to say we're going to do boss rush, but we're definitely going to get it. It is almost impossible for us to miss boss rush at this point. Something catastrophic would have to happen in order for me to miss this boss rush. Carry card. We could donate now, I guess. Not that we need to, of course. We've got over $8 in here, almost back to $9 in the donation machine. But I'm doing this preemptively just to avoid getting the greed fight on the next floor. Just to put a little bit of money back. Again, not that we've been needing any money in our donation machine, obviously, but it's still nice to like just put it back there. You don't have to worry about restocking it anytime soon. acknowledgement. You think about what you're doing now. What I thought. Yeah, so let's hope for some kind of damage upgrade here. You close the circle with black powder. Monster 2 is just sitting there like a big dummy. Okay. The tears up. Get ourselves a tears up and an empty devil deal because we've already been in there. Now, just imagine how bad this run would be if we didn't start with Mom's Knife at this point. We would have a lot of tears, that's for sure. We would have lots and lots and lots of tears, but we would not have any damage. None. Zero. And that's a problem. Let's go. Let's get this. Well, let's make sure we don't miss the tinted skull, because knowing the game, it probably, yep, I freaking knew it. I knew it. Ooh, that's good. Sigil Baphomet now with Mom's Knife. Now we're talking. So now we have the potential to at least not have to worry about getting double tapped by anything. Not that we were in danger anyway, but like Sigil Baphomet means that we're going to be able to use Mom's Knife exclusively as a melee weapon if we need to, and still just be totally invincible. As long as we're fast enough, and that's where the movement speed comes in, and mobility is really, really, really important for this sort of technique. But as you can see here, we get the damage shield whenever we use the Mom's Knife and kill anything. Yeah, I told you. I mean, hey, it's like I've played this game before many, many, many times. You can't say I didn't call that. Most predictable greed fight of all time. Okay, so we have the Fool card. Let's just go wreck Mom real quick. So we actually prefer to have enemies or bosses that spawn enemies, because as you see here, we can extend indefinitely how long Sigil Baphomet is going to allow us to operate here. I'm going to take the negative again because we really need damage. Like, extremely need damage. I'm going to stick with the Book of Secrets because, honestly, the Guppy Flies don't matter right now. Its body, again, does nothing. Ooh. I will take Jello and Life Imitating Art here with the meme of the day. I'll take Jello because at least it's more damage for us to operate with. Okay. I need an Adam Driver meme. It's like, good vault. So I would have been very upset if I left my Emperor card. Need the meme of the day artist to get on that one. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the Balatro series. Still doing very, very well. Lots of new people coming over to the channel as well for the first time, seeing the Balatro stuff. Yeah, we need a key. Silly me. Well, I will take a Soul Heart. We may not be able to get into this item room here. We are. That's all I wanted. Yeah, Balatro is still going very strong. I'm glad that a lot of people are still enjoying that series. If you haven't watched it in a while, or you never caught the Balatro series, I've kind of shifted the scope of the series a little bit to no longer really care about too much about progression. As it is right now, we're doing like kind of like a we're doing sort of like a high score hunt in the series itself. with a curse. So in the game, the scoring can go past the trillions mark and start getting into like the scientific notation because the game no longer has the room to display the score because it can get so high, and it's commonly referred to as E in the in Balatro. And one thing I have not accomplished yet in the game is getting my first E, which is like, you know, the highest score that you can. It's the highest notation of score that you can get. Like E11, E36, that sort of thing. So I made it my mission to get an E for the first time ever. And so far, I think we're like 5 or 6 episodes in, and I came close. I kind of goofed one thing from, it was an exported Twitch VOD that I goofed it, but I'm getting close. So that's where the series has kind of evolved to right now. And I think having a little bit more of a focused take on that series is good for it, because, you know, it gets frustrating whenever you're playing at the higher difficulty settings, and not settings, but the higher difficulty challenges and stuff, and trying to get just wins, not even like trying to get like high scores, but just wins. So that's been very helpful for me. It's been helpful for the audience, because obviously I don't have to worry so much about being competitive and trying to beat the game and losing, rather than just okay, we have easy progression through the runs, we just need to get the high score. So we're just high score hunting, and that's been a lot of fun, and people have been enjoying that sort of more nuanced scope of the series than just me just playing the game, because that was getting really frustrating, was trying to get, you know, like usable videos and that sort of thing. And because that game gets so ridiculous with the RNG sometimes, you really have no control over anything in terms of like. Also, Curse of the Maze, can you screw off? Just trying to get out of this. Like, Curse of the Maze literally has deliberately made us do a full clear here when we knew where we were supposed to be going. But yeah, it's been a nice departure from the original idea of the series. Good lord, man, these full clears are something else. Let Jello do his work here, as that's just going to proc us more and more damage shields from Sigil of Baphomet. Look at that boy. Stabby boy. There's another orbital, which is honestly fine. Definitely check out the Balatro series if you've not already. Is my whole point of all that. With an orbital here, this is going to be even easier for us to activate the Sigil of Baphomet. Yeah, sure. Actually got a curseless floor for once, finally. Game Kid, which we don't care about. History Gift, we kind of care about. And Lodestone, we definitely don't care about. Okay. Let's find the secret room. It might be here. Lately, I've been noticing that you don't see the secret rooms too often adjacent to where you started anymore. A little late for pay to win. And I'm so looking for, you know, like Balatro's been doing well enough on the channel for me to keep it going as a daily series for now. And I don't want people to think that like that's something I talked about on stream, where it's like I don't, because a series doesn't do well, it doesn't necessarily mean I won't keep it on the main channel and relegate it to the gaming channel. I don't want people to feel like I'm holding them hostage over like, oh, this series has to do this number before I bring this back and that. No. It comes down to a matter of just, am I still enjoying presenting the game, playing the game, you know, having fun with it, that sort of thing. So I'm always on the lookout for the next non-Isaac series to bring to the main channel here. But that's what's nice about the gaming channel, which I haven't posted content over there since Pal World. you know, if I know that like I know not necessarily it's going to do well on the main channel, so I don't want to you know, destroy the algorithm rankings with the main channel. I can go to the gaming channel where it's not that I don't care, obviously. I mean, I'd like the gaming channel to do. What was that? I'd like the gaming channel to do well, obviously, but it's not that big of a deal if it doesn't do well. I can take a way more relaxed approach to the videos and that sort of stuff. So it's a nice little creative outlet. Really all I'm looking for is a secret room game. All these schmoves and stuff are getting very distracting. Can't be there. Can it? I think so. We have a golden bomb, so us checking for the secret rooms is no big deal. And again, I maintain, just imagine how much damage we'd be doing if our damage was better. So secret room. Probably going to get some use out of the mystery gift. And it's raw liver, which is a ton of HP. Cool bag. That would have been nice for us to have. Would have been nice for us to have the. What do we have besides Jello? Oh, Book of Secrets. That would have been nice. I mean, we can take Game Kid, I guess. No reason not to have Game Kid. Drop a bomb here just to get our Devil Deal chances mega boosted. Use Game Kid here just so we can get a easy peasy room clear. Don't have to worry about the eye lasers or nothing. And all that was also designed so we can get a full charge on Jello, obviously. Although I guess I could have just picked up this mini charge here, but where's the fun in that? And you see the Sigil Baphomet really profiting from us not having to worry about any damage at all. Not a Forget Me Now. That is a NC. It's also a little Brimmy. We don't really need little Brimmy. I think he can take the day off. It's okay. Go have yourself a day. Bible. You're seeing how powerful it is to have Jello here. Even just one extra knife is just so much. It's so much extra damage that you almost don't even need damage upgrades at that point. Although they would be nice to have. I'm just saying. The Soul of Azazel. Maybe we'll use this to go the right way. A bit late for a silver dollar, unfortunately. Okay. There we go. By go the right way, I mean go the incredibly wrong way. It's impossible to not go the worst wrong way possible. Looking for secret rooms here. I will go check the curse room. It's only it's not half price, but it's only going to cost us 1 HP there. And if we had actually had any more iota of movement speed, we actually would have been able to get in there and out of there for free. A little bit late for the sack room, unfortunately. Okay. This is movement speed. Add movement speed at its finest, right here. Okay, let's stop taking this damage. You're seeing where you need those damage upgrades on Mom's Knife because it doesn't necessarily one-shot everything that it hits. And if you don't have the effective movement speed to get away from stuff, you will get run down very quickly, especially with Repentance's obsession with having enemies that just run right at Isaac. Blood bombs here just to get rid of our red hearts. which doesn't really matter because like we got the negative, or we don't have polar invincibility, so it doesn't matter necessarily for us to have red hearts or not. Okay, let's stop taking this damage. I am now annoyed to the point where let's stop doing this. This is ridiculous. We go back and get a red heart. We can use blood bombs again. Actually, no, we don't need to because we already got a bomb. Okay. Here it is. Could swap to Game Kid. Also severely overestimating the length of time that we have with Sigil Baphomet, given the fact that we can't close distances very well because of our bad movement speed. Nice damage there with Black Powder. Nice little jab by Jello as well. We can go back and take the red hearts just in case if I need an extra bomb. It is nice versus Lamb to have the creep on the ground from blood bombs. It does deal a decent amount of damage. Backstabber. Speaking of Brimstone. Yeah. We can take Brimstone. We can take Backstabber. I do want to get one charge on Jello before we use our Emperor card. There we go. Emperor. We got Brimstone. We got Knife Stone. And Jello here. Look at that. Jello don't even care. Yeah, we can fire up a quick victory lap. Why not? Second seed, 6 kilo Juliet 3 Papa Mike Sierra Alpha. We end up getting Knife Stone, and this just kind of shows you what I was talking about. I love Brimstone, I love Mom's Knife. I don't particularly like them to both be working at the same time, but with Jello, on the other hand, Jello can he can really thrive. He lays the smackdown. Oh baby, Keeper Sack, absolutely. And we need a movement speed, we need a damage, and Keeper Sack is going to give us both. Great cardio coin. Look at that. We get 0.6 damage up just from buying a singular key. You love to see it. Now, where the hell were you on the first run here, Keeper Sack? I mean, we know that you're like the biggest of time players, but come on now. We needed you early. And just that little extra damage, and man, our Mom's Knife is getting supercharged now. We're blind again. Man, this seed, or not even the seed, this entire run has been obsessed with curses. We're not going to play into it. We're just going to do our thing. Quarter, which, oh, you know what? That came from a pot. I was like, wait, why is the quarter inside of a tinted rock here? That doesn't make any. That doesn't make any sense. Contract from below, and 9 lives. That's our second Guppy item. Now, ironically, most of the time, Guppy does not matter with Mom's Knife. But what I will say is that with Knife Stone, it does kind of matter. Because now you have the ability to basically get mulligan flies again. Whereas Mom's Knife, it does give you mulligan flies, but they're more difficult to generate. Because you have to essentially be using it either in full melee mode or doing contact damage, which is, or not contact damage, but it only generates basically when the knife is actually hitting things. Oh my god. Well, wow. Wow, we take Guppy, we take Incubus, or we take Polyphemus. We gotta go Polyphemus. That is just a ridiculous amount of damage. So to that point, though, I say that, having Guppy Mom's Knife is not that big of a deal. It's nice to have, but it's certainly not like the end all be all. God, this piece. Yeah. as a dead peep. Tears don't matter, obviously. The coal would have been nice. Yeah, we are cruising now. We don't even need to use Jello in most of these rooms here. Now, if you're wondering how I'm getting the constant stream of brimstones or knife stones, it is because I'm tap firing. That's something that some people don't know about, but you don't have to actually do a full charge of brimstone and then let it rip like that. You can just simply tap fire and you get a constant, steady stream of knives. And that is in my opinion, that is the most efficient and effective way of dealing damage with knife stone, where you don't have to worry about the charge timer, because you literally, there's no charge timer. You just tap it and there you go. It's almost like knife stone snapping in a way. Try it out next time. Okay. Boy, we're still, even though we're on a victory lap and we're absolutely crushing the game now, it's not immune to full clears. Never are. Queen of Hearts, we don't care. The portal was a little bad. Nice double drop there from Contract from Below. We're just going to take the candle and blank card. We're not going to hold on to it. I guess we could hold on to blank card, I suppose, in case we get something good here. But obviously, we're just taking anything and everything we can to make sure we get maximum value out of Keeper Sack. Oh, that was a literal one shot of Rag Mega. Like, he was in existence for less than a second. Maybe less than half of a second. Oh, the Curse of Darkness. Man, this... I don't know, I guess this version... This application of Isaac today just decided that it wanted a bunch of curses. It's a funny game. I was able to get out anyway, so screw you. Sad Bombs. Sad Bombs doesn't really matter. Too much Knife Stone. Contract Below is just going ham. I do obviously want car battery here for Jello. And I take that back. It does matter with not Knife Stone, but with Brimstone for Sad Bombs, obviously. Theoretically, we have unlimited bombs as long as we have red hearts. And that could be a potential like full screen nuking if we absolutely need it, but spoiler warning, we're not going to need it because like we do so much damage, nothing is going to be able to survive anything that we hit him with. 1 cent game. All I want's 1 cent. I know there's a Temperance Machine, but oh, we have lots of money over here. A 1.3 damage upgrade, 0.06 movement speed upgrade, so good. HP? No, get out of here. My God. My God. Yeah, that's all the damage you're seeing is being front loaded before Backstabber even really comes into play, which is just so great. Oh my gosh. Sigil Baphomet's going to be lasting forever in there. Now, there is a cap to Sigil Baphomet, obviously. It doesn't last forever, although it would be nice if it just infinitely scaled and stacked on itself. But fortunately, there's a hard limit. Okay. An Empress card here. There's the, again, the wrong way to go. Yep. We are, if anything, did not mean to get back in here. If anything, we are consistent with our big time full clears. Black Rune, I mean, we can take it. Like, we're not going to use the Empress card for anything. We get a Fool card here as well. But obviously, I mean, we're gonna absolutely smoke Boss Rush. Like, it's not even gonna be close. Again, we get a greed fight in our last store. And we may end up using Black Rune to give us a whole bunch of stats. Attack Dagger doesn't really matter, but I mean, we can take it anyway. And Host Hat's nice, but we're just gonna Black Rune this. Got a whole 1 damage. Yeah, just pay attention to the boss HP here. You can see it fast enough. Yep. This is why we love our boy Jello. I mean, we are literally one-shotting everything. There you go. Fertile Bones really doesn't matter, but I guess we can take it. We can fill up the Bone Hearts in here. Because we don't need a Tears Up with this Emperor card. Like, the Tears stat does not matter at all with Knife Stone. Because again, the aforementioned just full tapping method of dealing damage with Knife Stone is so good. And on top of that, you have Jello just, you know, smoking everything. Big old long hallway. So we can use Isaac to clear out the riffraff in these regular rooms, and then Jello comes in and stomps the bosses. Wow, we went straight to the boss in one linear path. The game's like, all right, get out of here. You win, all right. Don't resist, game. I mean, whenever you see a boss HP bar just do that, you know you're in good. You're eating good tonight. First Hangman card really does not matter. You know what matters even less than that? An unidentified pill when I have an Emperor card. Oh, apparently we didn't clear this room, question mark, but okay. Had to make sure we went in the wrong direction as always. I mean, straight from a map where we went straight to the boss. Watch Pin's HP bar here. I think there may have been 2 pins in here. Okay, good. Right. Yeah, we kill Duke like he's just like a fly. Like one of the regular old like non-aggressive flies. Imagine if we had something homing. Okay. Here's the northwest side of the map, everybody. Just so you can see it. Now let's go to the real side of the map. Now hold on to the full charge from Jello, obviously, because we gotta go see Old Hushy. Old Hushy. We end up getting Guppy, which is going to give us even more damage, which is just ridiculous at this point. I mean, it's not going to cause us to deal more damage. It's just going to make us deal more damage, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't change our damage stat rating by anything, but because we have now we're generating flies, we are, yeah, we are going to absolutely destroy Old Hushy. Especially with Jello. If we can get the 4.5 volt, oh baby. Take the Pula Duplex, which doesn't really matter. We already have piercing. We already have, I guess we take the bombs. We already have piercing. We already have spectral tears. Fortunately, there's no 2.5 volt. Here. A 2.5, I mean 4.5. I don't know what the 2.5 volt will do. Now remember, this is just with 2 Jellos. Yeah. Just imagine if we ended up having the 4.5 volt on a run like this. Oof. I mean, it's almost like Jello creates like exponential damage. Gonna be dead end, isn't it? I still don't believe this is the right way to go. Yep. How does he do it? Is quite the talent we have. I love that we can just tell the bosses, all right, enough funny business. Just please die now. Okay, good. Right. Empty vessel, money equals power. Might as well take both for damage. This is a dead end, isn't it? In it. Yep. How does he do it? He knew. Gotta get that watch time up. Gotta keep farming that engagement here on YouTube. All right, there it is. I appreciate everybody who does continue the 75% experiment. Really good data, like I talked about in the last episode, that we're getting from that. It made a difference, and not a lot of people ended up doing that as well, and it still is providing lots and lots of potential growth for the channel. So the more people that do it, the better, obviously. But again, it's really it's a lot to ask from people. But there are some people, part of the sleep mosh pit, that are allowing the videos to play at 75% while sleeping, and that's making a huge difference. So thank you all very much for those of you who do that, and thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, everybody. Remember, post your questions of the episode down below, and I'll answer them on next week's episode. Again, this week we're not going to have any. There's no questions that have been asked yet, so there won't be any questions of the episode until people write them, and I'll start reading them starting on Sunday. But I hope you have a great start to your Tuesday, and again, as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I like thanks to pages of mine like Kylie Smith, Jim, Harry Jim, and Rick Rue 59. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.